Today I am going to deliver a lecture on reoviruses. In the lecture we will discuss its structure, replication, its host range, diseases caused by reoviruses, its route of transmission, treatment of diseases caused, and how reovirus behave as an oncolytic virus. Before we begin, let's discuss about its name. Reovirus. Reo is an acronym for respiratory enteric orphan. It is named so because when the virus was discovered, it was isolated from respiratory and enteric tracts. As it was not associated with any disease, so it was named as orphan. So completely named as respiratory enteric orphan. Let's move forward towards the structure now. It is a double-stranded RNA virus, is non-enveloped, means that it lacks lipid covering. Moreover, it has multi-layered isosahedral capsid and a segmented genome. For example, rotavirus that belongs to Reo family has 11 segments. Talk about its replication. Reovirus replicates in the cytoplasm of the host cell. They replicates in cytoplasm by forming non-membranous cytoplasmic organelles called virus inclusion, where replication occurs. Reoviruses have all the enzymes and proteins they need for replication, and they do not use cells replication enzymes. Now, if we discuss about its host range, it has wide host range that infects vertebrates, invertebrates, and also plants. It causes different diseases in different hosts. Now let's see the diseases which it causes. In humans, it causes mild upper respiratory tract infections which are characterized by sore throat, fever, and runny nose. It is also known to cause respiratory diseases in animals like cattle, dogs, and horses. It also causes gastrointestinal infections producing symptoms like diarrhea, abdominal pain, and vomiting, especially in young children. But these are the mild diseases caused by reoviruses. Very rare and severe disease caused by reoviruses is encephalitis and meningitis, which is inflammation of brain tissues, which causes the brain to swell, leading to headache, mental confusion, and seizures. This condition is particularly common in immunocompromised individuals and can range from mild to severe and may become life-threatening in some cases. Some diseases that it causes in plants include rice dwarf disease, rice gall dwarf disease, and maize rough dwarf disease. These diseases inhibit the growth of the plant, which in turn decreases the yield of particular crop. Now let's have a look on its route of transmission. These viruses are transmitted primarily when an infected person coughs or sneezes, releasing tiny droplets containing the virus into the air. When a healthy person breathes in droplets carrying reoviruses, the virus can enter the respiratory tract and infect epithelial cell linings of nasal passages and lungs. Reovirus is also transmitted via fecal-oral route, primarily because of poor hygiene and unsanitary conditions. This process typically involves the ingestion of contaminated food, water, or contact with surface that harbors the virus. The infection cycle begins when the virus is shed in the feces of an infected individual and subsequently contaminates the environment. Poor hygiene practices such as inadequate hand washing after using the toilet or before handling the food facilitates its spread. Once ingested, the virus passes through the stomach and establishes infection in the intestinal tract, where it replicates and causes damage. Another form of transmission is person-to-person transmission. Person-to-person transmission of reoviruses occur through direct or indirect contact with an infected individual, which is common in settings with close contact such as schools and offices. This typically happens where contaminated hands, shared utensils, or close personal interactions, such as handshakes, touching contaminated surfaces, sharing food, or using each other's personal items such as toothbrushes. Now let's talk about its treatment and prevention. Reovirus infections are typically mild and self-limiting, requiring no specific antiviral treatment. However, you can use medications according to your symptoms, take adequate rest, and stay hydrated. It will help to treat the infection. Severe cases such as meningitis and encephalitis, which are rare and usually occur in immunocompromised individuals, may require hospitalization or supportive care. If we want to prevent the transmission of disease and infections, we should practice a good hygiene, such as frequent hand washing, consuming safe drinking water, and maintaining proper food safety. Now, let us discuss reoviruses as oncolytic viruses. But before discussing it, let me describe what are oncolytic viruses. oncolytic viruses are viruses that are specifically engineered or are naturally capable of infecting and killing cancer cells through different mechanisms, leaving normal healthy cells largely unharmed and only destroying cancer cells. Now let's discuss oncolysis mechanism of reoviruses. Reoviruses are naturally occurring oncolytic viruses. They specifically infect cancer cells that have a mutation in the RAS signaling pathway. RAS signaling pathway is a common feature in many cancers. As the reoviruses infects the RAS signaling pathway, this mutation allows the virus to replicate inside the cancer cells and increase their number. As the virus multiplies, it causes the cancer cells to burst and die. This not only destroys the cancer cells directly, but also releases signals and tumor antigens that activates the body's immune system. The immune system then attacks the remaining cancer cells, enhancing the overall anti-cancer effect. In this way, reovirus behave as an oncolytic virus. Researches are being made on reovirus as an oncolytic virus, and a compound known as reolysin, which is a formulation of reovirus, is currently in clinical trials for the treatment of various cancers. That's all from my lecture. Hope you guys understand it. Thank you.